Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of Helpful Advice. It has been 6 months since I last uploaded a video to this series. Forgive me about that, I low-key forgot about this series I made. But we're back. This is the revival episode. And the question we're looking at today is, what's a harsh reality that everybody needs to hear? I feel like there are a lot of things, in our life which we tend to ignore because we don't want to look into because, it's harsh or it's something that we don't like. So we're going to see what responses have been given to this question and see what are some harsh realities that we all need to hear. Alright, so the first response is by Jew Transportation 127, and they said, children's first bullies are often their parents. That's pretty true. And in response to that, 27 Tigers on Mars said, absolutely. Also, I know it's cliche, but a lot of bully school kids really do learn it from home. Then in response, Magic Star 77 said, also, the abuse of your words, or the abuse of words. You're going to be a failure, or one is no good. That to a growing child / young adult is devastating. That's very true. Let's see what the thread is as well. True. Rage Rover says, true, their words cause more harm than good. But in all fairness, some gave their best interests at heart. They just need to take another approach on encouragement. I think we all have been there. Okay, yes. So, the mind of a child is like a sponge, they say. They take so much in and they learn the most when they're in their childhood. Because they don't know how to think for themselves. They learn from other people's experiences. It's like, for example, we're not talking about a child, but a baby. If a baby falls and everyone around them is like, oh no, baby, are you okay? Then they actually start to cry because they pick up that it's kind of like bad that they fell. But if you should try this. If there's a baby and they fell, if everyone around them is happy or like just smiling, like saying it's okay, it's all good, with a happy face, they actually don't cry. They laugh and then they carry on their day. Similarly, Jew Transportation 127 saying that children's first bullies are often their parents is very true, because the child kind of learns that it's okay to have like bad words said to them or bully them in a way constantly or daily. So then when they have their peers around them, they're going to act the same way because that's how they were brought up. That's how they were taught from their parents. Then Magic Star 77 also saying the abuse of words such as, you are going to be a failure or one is no good. Like, to a child. What do you think he's going to be like, no, I am not a failure? Like, he's just going to take that in. It's his parents. Like, that's pretty much the closest connection he has. Yeah, so my advice is, if you're teaching someone a lesson, firstly say it in a more positive way so that they can take it in the right way and actually learn from that mistake they made. That's the first thing. And then secondly, I don't know, if you're gonna be a parent or like in the future, or if you're just teaching any kid anything, children aren't born into this world evil. And that if one child is bullying another, you should not think that they're a bad person. You should think how they were brought up, for example. Because they weren't always inherently bad. No one is inherently bad. So you can get sympathy for that and actually want to help the person. I can talk more, but I think those are two pretty good points which you can take home. _Riprock, and they said, most people should not be on social media of any kind because they cannot handle what it does to them mentally. It is not about socialization, it's about corporations monetizing your life. That's pretty true. Yeah, that's honestly straight up facts. Then in response, Coital Fury 17 says, many of us were the frog slowly boiled in the monetization of the internet. We started out when it was a place of corporate media laughed at, and we had our space and our fun and were left to ourselves. Slowly, ads and marketing and data collection creeped in, and none of us noticed that the internet fundamentally changed. Some of us did, even subconsciously, but we were already engaged, habituated. Now it can seem very hard to pull away and find something meaningful in life that is not connected to everyone else 24/7. Oh boy. Sadly, both of them are spitting facts. Both Slade_Riprock and Coital Fury 17. This is true. Before, the internet was like a more fun space. Like you wouldn't see that many ads. People would be like posting about themselves, like expressing themselves creatively. I mean, now there are platforms which let you do that, but there's ads everywhere. And now we're like more addicted to making that content or viewing that content on your phone, your laptop, literally 24/7 anywhere. It's becoming really, I mean, it pretty much already is a big problem. It takes hundreds and thousands of years for us to develop and change as human beings, biologically change in that manner. Slade_Riprock is right. We're not ready for social media yet. A good analogy is like the amount of people one would see back in the past and right now. Think about a king, right, who has a bunch of followers because he's like he's the king, right? In his whole lifetime, you could say that he sees a few, like let's say even like 100,000 people in real life in front of him, all of his followers. But now, you don't even have to be a king. You could be like a 15-year-old kid scrolling through Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, watching videos, and you see literally like millions of people, more than millions of people in your lifetime, and you're not even a king. You're just like the average guy, while the king, because of his high status, he would see that many people. And like we're not built to be this social or connected to everyone. It's messing up our mind, and honestly, this is like, it's facts. We can't handle what it does to us mentally. And now, yeah, sadly, it's not about socialization. It's about corporations monetizing your life. Like it is. They're making money from you posting, from your ads, from multiple ads. It's just, I'd say the people who are winning are the ones, and my advice for that actually is the people who spend less time on social media. People who are on social media are more sad, are more depressed, enjoying their time in this world even less. And sadly, they're becoming dependent on it. It's like someone trying to quit cigarettes knowing that it's bad for them. It's just torture. Because they know they shouldn't be doing it, but because they're addicted, they can't stop. Yeah, so my advice for this is to spend less time on social media, because honestly, it's doing much more harm than you think, subconsciously as well. Alright, the final question for today is by my_mykin. And they said, some people will hurt you and they won't care how you feel about it. And then in response, Racing for Pink says, and a lot of those people will get away with it, live very happy lives and never think about you again. I used to believe in like the just world fallacy that, actually let me show you. The just world hypothesis or fallacy assumes that people get what they deserve, that actions will have morally fair and fitting consequences for the actor. I really thought that, I thought that people who do bad will get bad to them. Not bad, but if they do wrong, like there'll be some consequence for them doing wrong. And the people who do right, they'll get something right as a consequence. But my_mykin tells us the truth. And they say that some people will hurt you and they won't care about how you feel. And then they will get away with it and live very happy lives. That's just the world we live in. Sadly, there are many, many, many people right now who are like this, who do wrong, don't do the right thing, don't really have empathy or sympathy for others, and then live very happy lives. They just don't care. The best thing you can do, I'd say, is not be these type of people, because they don't know like the amount of harm that they're doing to other people by acting this way. They're making overall the world the worst place to live in. So the best thing you could do, there's a good quote actually by Marcus Aurelius. It's in the book I read a little while ago. It says that the best revenge is to not be like your enemy. So the best thing you can do is, let's say you hurt someone by accident, you make sure you amend that hurt. Or if someone hurts you, you at least tell them that you hurt them. Because you can get away, they might not even know that you hurt them. There are a few people who, if they were told that they did something wrong, that they would amend it. That they would be like, oh, I just didn't realize I did something wrong. I'm sorry. Let's fix it. So let me like help you. But then obviously inevitably, it's not a just world. But inevitably there are people who will even hear this and be like, nah, it's fine. Like, I don't care. And they will never think about you again. So yeah, my advice, thank you to Marcus Aurelius, would be to not be like these people, so that you can make the world an overall better place. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm very happy with making these again. I actually enjoy them a lot. I learned quite a bit because you hear different opinions from people around the world on big questions such as, what is a harsh reality that everybody needs to hear? If you have any recommendations for subreddits or any particular questions you want me to look at people's responses to, please let me know. I always like giving helpful advice because if it's used, it makes your life better. It literally does. But the choice is yours. If you listen to the advice, it'll work. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you for the next episode of Helpful Advice. Thank you.